Hey guys, let's take a look at the person on your mind, what's going on with them, what you can kind of expect from them. And if you're in need of a personal reading, you can reach out to me. But for now, go ahead and pick a pile, 1 or 2. Hey there, pile number 1. Let's take a look at the person on your mind. We're going to start off looking at what's going on with them, and then we will tap in and see where they currently stand with you as well. So let's take a look. Pile number 1's person, the person on their mind. What's going on with them? So, your person is in a 6 of Cups, Star, Judgment, 5 of Swords, and 8 of Swords energy. The bottom of the deck here is the 8 of Wands. So, let me start off by saying that when looking at this person's energy, they are in a place of reflecting over the past. This is someone who is reminiscing, they're wanting to heal something. There's been a lot of reflection on their part, but they are still very much stuck in their own thoughts. This person is likely someone who second guesses themselves a lot. They feel conflicted, likely the majority of the time whenever they're making decisions, especially decisions around anything emotional. When it comes to where they're currently standing in their life, they're in a period of self-reflection. They're trying to make a decision about the future. They're trying to make a decision about the way that they've navigated things. And there's this desire for forward movement with the 8 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. This person feels like communication could really clear up a lot of things that have gone on, or that they don't feel fully settled on. This is someone who is struggling when they reflect on the past. So, if this is someone who you know you've already had some kind of disconnect, fallout, this person maybe has a tendency towards self-sabotaging. It's likely that they are already reflecting on the dynamic between the both of you, whether you're communicating or not. And because they're focusing so much on communication, I would say that this is someone who likely you are not communicating with currently. So let's do a little bit of clarifying here. 6 of Cups here for pile number 1's person. Yes, see, this person is in this hermit energy of reflection, of how to take action. And they've been in this energy for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't heard from this person in some time. Why is the star here for pile number 1's person? And they've been healing. So maybe this person in the past would kind of make decisions from a place of just like intensity, passion, just kind of going, just like they're going through the motions. They're just very impulsive in the way that they handle things. And this person's healing that. They're kind of trying to be a bit more future oriented. They're closing out cycles in their life and they're healing things that maybe made them make decisions from more of a place of passion than a place of introspection. So this is someone who maybe was avoiding the connection with you because they felt too overwhelmed by it and they wanted to have control. Why is this Judgment here for pile number 1? And this person seems to also be curious about you. So if there's a way for them to watch you, observe you, get information about you, it seems like that's something that they're likely doing. This person is in a place of, I need to make a decision, but I also need to make a well-informed decision about pile number 1. And I kind of need to know what's going on with them. And this Page of Swords just tells me that they're trying to be optimistic while at the same time they have this duality of being stuck in their thoughts. Why is Five of Swords here for pile number 1? Here it is, a falling out, a lose-lose situation with someone that they felt was stable, grounded, nurturing. So, you know, if you were investing in this connection, if you maybe had your life together more than this individual, that played a huge role in the way that they were navigating things. Why is this Eight of Swords here for pile number 1? And then here it is, this anxiety around taking action. How do I communicate? How do I give when maybe I haven't given in the most balanced way? This person seems to be really worried about whether or not you've moved on, whether or not you'll be open to them, whether or not they've kind of tarnished their reputation with you. And also they feel like they don't have enough to go off of to make a decision on how to approach you. It's not will they, because the action is here. It's how do I do it? How do I make it seem sincere? How do I make pile number 1 remember the connection we had with the 6 of Cups? How do I make them not view me as this impulsive person who made decisions from fear or insecurity? And they're just kind of watching you, hoping that they, I don't know, I think they're hoping for some sort of smoke signal, honestly. I want to do A little more looking here, specifically at pile number one. Where does pile number one currently stand with the person on their mind? Knight of Pentacles reversed. Oh, my deck is upside down and I don't do reversals, so we're going to flip it. But that's already very telling, so there's stagnation here. Where does pile number one stand with the person on their mind? See, there's avoidance here. So either it's you've been avoiding them or this person tried to avoid the connection. Pile number one's person and what they're thinking of pile number one. Heartbreak, disappointment, disconnect. So yes, this is a person that you have not been communicating with. They disappointed you. You know, if this is someone that you used to come across or socialize with, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you've been avoiding them or they've been avoiding you. There's just this energy of, I don't have a lot to go off of. Pile number one's person and what they think of pile number one. Wow, so the Emperor is here. They view you as someone that they feel they need to mature to connect. What this Emperor energy is, you come across as very composed and in control of the future, while they still have this energy of being at a crossroads of how to connect with you. But they want you to perceive them as someone who is, you know, mature and stable and in control. So it's interesting that even when we're asking about what they think of you, they're more focused on your perception of them. How is pile number one's person currently feeling towards pile number one? Here's that Eight of Wands that we saw earlier in the reading. So yeah, they're wanting to communicate. They're wanting to come forward to connect. They're in the planning stages. It's not will they, it's just when. So pile number one, your person seems to be thinking about you. They seem to be in constant thought of you. They're trying to watch you in any way that they can. And it seems like they're in a place of self-awareness. If this was a person who would self-sabotage or was avoidant, they seem to have reflected on that. They seem to have, healed it. They're closing out that cycle. And now it's about how can I make it up to pile number one? So let me take a look here at some of this energy. Pile number one's person. What is going on with pile number one's person? Separation, new love. So yeah, your person, look, they're trying to call in the connection. They want newness. Pile number one's person, their next action towards pile number one. What's the next action? See, love yourself first. They're in this place of trying to heal. And again, playfulness. This is about their approach towards you. They really don't know how to approach it. Do I approach pile number one from a, playful place? Do I come forward in a very serious way? I want it to be fresh. I want it to be new. I'm trying to kind of gauge where pile number one is at. We're going to move this aside. It's irritating me. It's in the way. All right, let's see here. One message for pile number one about the person on their mind. Trust, and there's no need to worry. What's coming towards pile number one when it comes to the person on their mind a year from now? I always pull bottom of the deck and take action. So this person seems to come forward over the course of this next year. I know that can seem long-winded because right now we're only looking at what's going on with them and their current intentions towards you. And this reading is timeless based off when you see it. We will take a look in the next reading of what's coming up next for you in love, and that might give you more of a timeline of when to expect something from this person. I want to take one look here because I know some of you are going to want to know the timing. And I will say, when it comes to readings like this, it is a general reading. If you're looking for something specific, you can reach out to me on my website, but let's just take a look here. Pile number one's person's action towards them in the next 3 months. They're making a decision about the connection and the risk they want to take. Pile number one's person's action towards them in the next 6 months. Six of Cups, Justice. So yeah, in these next 3 to 6 months, this person seems to come forward from what I can see in the energy. Again, for specific timing, I'd have to be looking at you personally, but this is what you can expect is this year mark is because it's a general reading, but I would not be surprised if around the 3-month timeline, you guys receive some kind of communication or action. And over the course of those 3 to 6 months, the connection develops. Because there's still, I think, even if you're curious about this person, you're also maybe cautious and weary of being disappointed by them again, you know? I want to take a look at some messages here. So let's see. What does pile number one's person want to say? What does pile number one's person want to say? What does pile number one's person want to say? I will grab that. What does pile number one's person want to say? That's enough. The bottom of the deck is, truth is, I'm in love with you. So this person seems to really be invested in the connection, even if they didn't show it, which is unfortunate. So let's see here. See, yes, I was cheating. This is giving that Seven of Swords energy here of this person being avoidant. Maybe for some of you, there was someone else involved, but this person was in a place of making decisions from impulsive places. With the King of Wands, it was about validation, attention. Do you still think about me? Do you still want me? Do you still love me? I need to know if I should move on. I'm hurting. So, you know, that's that energy of how do I approach? How do I come forward? I didn't feel like I was on your level. You're a boss. I'm very insecure. That's that Emperor energy of them caring about your perception. Am I enough? Do I have enough to offer? I'm planning a romantic date, or we can Netflix and chill like old times. I want to cook for you. No strings. So this person, they just want to be around you. They just want you to trust them enough to let them in. I'm at a crossroads. Should I fight for this or move on? Relationships are a lot of work. Being single is easier. And I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place. I think this is that energy of them being curious about you, not feeling like they have enough to go off of. And it's because you're not making it easy for them that this person is having to grow and shift and evolve. And while it's likely been frustrating, it's also a really positive thing based off what I'm seeing in the energy. So, pile number one, this is where your person is at. Remember, this reading is timeless. And if you're wanting to get into the specifics, you can reach out to me for a personal reading. Hey there, pile number two. We're going to take a look at the person on your mind and what's going on with them. And we'll always also take a look at where they currently stand with you, what you can expect. So let's go on ahead and get started. Pile number two's person. What is going on with pile number two's person? Okay, let's see. Seven of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Temperance. Okay. The Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. Wow. So your person is in an energy here where they are really struggling. They are in this place where I just want to say, this person seems to be in an energy of having put someone here with the Empress on a bit of a pedestal. And their energy currently seems to be that they're trying to persevere past the things and the obstacles that they've created for themselves with the Seven of Wands, because it's influenced their ability to be able to give in the connection. And in order to be able to make things right and find balance, there's this energy here of Ten of Swords and Three of Swords. So this person right now seems to be in deep, deep hurt and suffering over their own behavior. This is someone who, even just in their day-to-day life, aside from anything romantic, really has been dealing with a bit of an uphill climb. This person, it's like they create the things that they feel frustrated about, whether it's just by being avoidant and then things build up and then they have to address it. And that could likely be related to their finances. They likely haven't handled their stability very well. And that irresponsibility has now put them in a place where, in order for them to feel like they are on the level of the Empress, they have to really put in the extra work. On top of that, that defensive energy put them in a place where, even though they wanted balance with you and with Temperance, I think they were trying to kind of be hopeful and patient that maybe with time things would progress, that they would be able to align with you in some way. They now are feeling hurt and betrayed by themselves and their own behavior. It's kind of someone feeling incompetent. I dropped the ball. I failed at something. And they're more in an energy of sulking than anything else right now. This person isn't really in like a proactive energy. They're just in a place of, I need to deal with my day-to-day things. I'm trying to overcome it. I'm also using this like goal that I have to distract myself from the hurt that I'm feeling and that I feel that I've caused. And, unfortunately, this is a result of having put someone on a pedestal, but prior to connecting with this person, not having been in a place to meet them where they were at when I did finally come across them. So that is a very specific story, and you'll know if it's your person. And I'm going to be honest, I think a little bit of this might be bleeding in from the first pile, but if you felt pulled towards both, it'll make sense. If not, and it's just this pile, keep in mind that your person right now seems to actually be going through a really deep struggle in their day-to-day life. And I think that from the outside, it likely doesn't come across that way because they're very like action oriented and trying to stay busy. But this person seems to really be struggling. So let's take a look. Why is the Seven of Wands here for pile number two's person? Here it is, that Nine of Swords, the guilt. I'm really kind of not proud of myself. And this Page of Swords energy. So this person seems to kind of be looking around, trying to get information on, how significant the damage they've caused is. So this is either someone who's constantly comparing themselves to other people, or this is also someone that if you're not connected with them and they kind of caused this damage with you, they feel like it's an obstacle to even be able to feel connected to you or know what's going on with you. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Whoa. Knight of Pentacles. So very slow energy wanted to come out here. This person, they were slow about how they navigated things, and they continue to be slow because they're so conflicted. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for pile number two's person? Here's that Five of Swords energy. Yeah, do I have enough? I don't know if I have enough. I feel like I sabotaged it. Emotionally, with the King of Cups, I'm deeply invested, but my actions show otherwise. Why is Temperance here for pile number two's person? I've been slow about how I navigate moving forward in the connection. Also, take into account these are major arcana. So, as frustrated as this person is, and maybe you are with them, this also seems to be a bit of like divine intervention. And then the Two of Swords, feeling stuck about how to move forward. This person, with them, it was very like black and white. And if they didn't feel good about themselves, they were beating themselves up about it. And they're now still beating themselves up about it because I think they were trying to be hopeful. And now they're realizing that unless they make up for the lost time and the shortcomings of the past, and they kind of level up the way that they feel that they need to quickly, they're going to miss the boat when it comes to the dynamic with you. Why is this Ten of Swords for pile number two? Courage. Yeah. This person, I think, was so focused on trying to be in control. Maybe they're used to a lot of validation from the outside and they kind of crave that. But it's like more of a buffer. It's like fake bravado. But now it's like, do I really have the courage to move past the damage I've done? And I'm kind of suffering, but maybe trying to put on a bit of a front. Why is this Three of Swords here? Pile number two's person. Look, I think this person walked away in the past. Maybe you walked away from them, but I think it's them. I think they sabotaged the connection because they were hesitating and they didn't know how to show up. They didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know with the Six of Pentacles, that unbalanced level of giving, if they could really meet expectations. Maybe they used to see you out, socialize, whatever, but this person wants to connect with you with the Three of Cups. They're not in an action-oriented place. They are in a place of kind of trying to build and gather, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're maybe kind of like, if you have mutuals, they're trying to connect with the mutuals. But mostly this person's trying to really lay a foundation, and some of it really seems to stem from their own like stability and the way that plays into their insecurities about themselves. So let me take a look here. Pile number two's person and where they stand when it comes to pile number two. The Hanged Man. So your person's in a place of gaining a better perspective on the decisions that they've made when it comes to the connection between the both of you. Pile number two's person, their current action towards pile number two. Yeah, this person's Five of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This person's not in a place to give. Their current action seems to be feeling bad for themselves, being disappointed in themselves, and also trying to kind of actively get on the right path with the Page of Wands. But the Pentacles again tells me that stability, finances, some of that is tied to the way this person views themselves. Pile number two's person and how they feel about pile number two. Queen of Cups. So they view you as someone that they've missed out on with the Five of Cups. They seem to be longing for the connection, but also with the Queen of Cups, they view you as someone who has a lot of emotional depth, but maybe you're not expressing it right now. Where does pile number 2 stand with the person on your mind? Yeah, 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. I think that it's interesting because I think that you are happy in your life. You might have been disappointed when this person walked away or when you had to walk away, but I think overall you're likely very content. And this person now is kind of realizing that they walked away from their own happiness. Pile number 2's person. What's happening next? Pile number 2. Happening next. So time here. The Wheel of Fortune means that things will turn around, but again, like I said, they're not in an action-oriented energy. The Four of Pentacles is I'm trying to gather, I'm trying to collect, I'm trying to get things stable, and I just can't open up yet because I'm not where I feel like I need to be. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this person kind of feels like they deserve to suffer a little bit because of their poor decision making. They're almost kind of holding themselves accountable. And look, the Three of Pentacles is showing up again at the bottom of the deck. Building, laying a foundation, trying to set themselves up correctly so that they can kind of find common ground with you when the time is right. But right now, it's more about trying to stabilize their life and kind of trying to fix the things, especially financial, that they feel embarrassed or something about it has held them back. It'll make sense to those of you who it resonates with. So let's take a look here. What is going on with pile number 2's person? Keep an open mind. Yeah, this person's trying to be optimistic, but see, they don't feel like you want them. This is that energy of like, have I done too much damage? The 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, they are beating themselves up. If you wanted this person to feel guilty, they do feel guilty. So guilty that they can't move, even though they want to move because they seem to be frustrated with how slow they are moving or the lack of connection between the both of you. Happening next for pile number 2's person. Wedding and true love. So this person, again, they're reflecting on, I really want something significant, but I need to be in the right place. I need to actually be able to offer something legitimate. This person is very serious about what they want for the future. Very serious. Pile number 2's person and pile number 2. Playfulness and reconciliation. So you see, this person, they want to connect with you, but they want to connect with you from a place of feeling proud of themselves, light, like really able to pursue in a way that feels good. And their like intention is to reconnect with you. Worth waiting for is at the bottom. So, you know, it's up to you if you think it's worth waiting for, but this person will come forward. It's just, wow. The guilt it's heavy and they're kind of crippled by it right now. What's going on with pile number 2's person? A year from now, what's going on with pile number 2's person? Big happy changer. And romance. So, you know, and compromise, which makes me think of the 3 of Pentacles. So this person in this next year will be making some really big, significant changes, especially around what allows them to pursue romance. What's happening next between pile number 2 and their person? Success. So I think that this person, I think that this person is so focused on stability and finances that in the near future and over the course of this year, it happens for them. Clarify romance for pile number 2's person. And get more information and take action. So again, that's the energy we saw of them being curious. What are you doing? Are you open? I don't know if you're open. I'm so crippled by my own self-loathing and disappointment. But, you know, it's good for the sense of like growth and self-reflection, but it is frustrating if you're wanting them to come forward immediately. And maybe you don't want to hear from this person. Maybe they're right that you're not reciprocating, but they are really down on themselves right now. Very, very, very down on themselves. So let's look at some messages from them. And if you're wanting to look at timing, anything specific when it comes to this connection, I offer personal readings on my website. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's timeless, so when you see it, it resonates, especially the timing of what's coming up. Pile number 2's person, messages from pile number 2's person, messages from pile number 2's person. The fact that these cards are having such a hard time coming out already tells me that energy that we saw of them not being action oriented, they're kind of unable to communicate. Pile number 2's person. I'm sorry. I put my career before you. I'm trying to get out of debt. I'm willing to put in the time and effort now because I don't want to lose you. So again, this is reiterating what we were talking about in the reading about finances, stability. This person has attached their self-worth to what they have to offer because that Empress we saw at the start of the reading is them putting you on a pedestal. So let's see here. Twin flames. Maybe you feel that connection with this person. Twin flames can be a bit of a difficult dynamic. I tried to replace you, but it didn't work out because I'm madly in love with you and I was fighting it. So this person is very aware of how significant you are and how significant the connection is. Do you still think about me? Do you still want me? Do you still love me? I need to know if I should move on. I'm hurting. It was easier to lie to you than tell you the truth. I wish I could take it all back. Again, this person is someone who likes to save face. They put on a brave little performance. They like attention. They maybe socialize, but it's performative. They're not as secure and stable as they let on. That's why they need all that extra. I was hiding my true feelings because I was scared of commitment and I didn't want to lose my freedom. Again, it's that validation that we were looking at, that really immature energy of, I don't know if I'm capable of the kind of responsibility that might be required to be with someone like the Empress. So instead, I'm going to keep self-sabotaging. And now they're in a place where they're aware of how much time they've lost, the opportunity that maybe they've missed out on, and their level of criticism and kind of self frustration and hatred, they're kind of assuming maybe you see them through that same lens, and that's adding a lot of weight to it. So it's a bit of a heavy reading, but this is where your person is at, pile number 2. I hope it resonated. And again, if you need a personal reading, you can reach out to me. I will see you guys next time.